The Little Peasant. In a certain village, all the people were rich peasants, except for one poor man. Because he was the poorest, they called him the Little Peasant. He didn't even own a cow, and he couldn't afford to buy one, though he and his wife wished very much to have one. One day, he said to his wife, "Listen, I have a good idea. Our friend the carpenter can make us a calf out of wood. He can paint it brown so it looks real. If we put it with a herd, people will think it's alive. Over time, it will pass as a real cow." The wife liked the plan, so the carpenter carved a wooden calf, smoothed it, and painted it. He even made its head hang down as if it were eating grass. The next morning, when the cows were taken out to pasture, the little peasant called the cowherd and said, "Look, I have a young calf here, but it's too small to walk by itself. You must carry it." The cowherd agreed, carried it to the field, and set it among the real cows. The wooden calf stood stiffly, looking as though it was grazing. The cowherd said, "Look how well it eats. Soon it will walk on its own." That night, when he wanted to bring the herd back, he left the calf behind, saying, "If you can stand there and eat, you can also walk back on your own." When the herd came through the village, the little peasant noticed his calf was missing. The cowherd told him, "It's still out there eating. It didn't want to come back." The little peasant insisted on going to look, but when they reached the meadow, the calf was gone, stolen by someone. The cowherd said, "It must have run away." But the little peasant replied, "Don't tell me that story." He brought the cowherd before the mayor, who decided that for being careless, the cowherd must give the little peasant a real cow to replace the calf. Now the little peasant and his wife finally had the cow they had long wished for, and they were very happy. But they didn't have enough food to feed it, so soon they had to kill it. They salted the meat, and the little peasant went to town to sell it, hoping to buy a new calf with the money. On his way, he passed a mill where a raven with broken wings was sitting. Feeling sorry for it, he wrapped it in the cowhide and was carrying. Then a storm of wind and rain came, and he sought shelter in the mill. Only the miller's wife was home, and she let him in. She gave him a bit of bread and cheese and let him lie on the straw. Soon the parish priest came. The miller's wife welcomed him warmly and whispered, "My husband is away, so we will have a feast." The peasant, lying nearby with his cowhide and raven, overheard everything. Feeling irritated that he only got bread and cheese while they would feast on good food, he listened closely. The woman served roast meat, salad, cakes, and wine, but just as they sat down, her husband knocked on the door. Quickly, she hid the food in different places around the house and stuffed the priest in a closet. When the miller came in, he noticed the peasant lying down and asked who he was. His wife explained, and the miller said it was fine, then asked for food. She pretended there was nothing except more bread and cheese. The miller accepted this, and he and the peasant began eating. Then the miller noticed the cowhide beside the peasant and asked what it was. The peasant said cleverly, "Inside is a fortune teller, but he only says 4 things, though he keeps the 5th secret." The miller was curious and asked him to prove it. The peasant squeezed the raven's head so it croaked. Then he said, "First, he says there is wine under the pillow." The miller checked and indeed found wine. The raven croaked again, and the peasant said, "Second, he say there is roast meat in the stove." The miller checked and found the meat. Twice more the bird croaked, and the peasant revealed the salad and cakes, which were also discovered. The miller was amazed. He wanted to know the mysterious fifth prophecy, but the peasant said it was something terrible. They argued until the miller agreed to pay him 300 thalers to reveal it. Then the peasant said, "The raven says the devil is hiding in the closet on the porch." The miller ran to open the closet and out rushed the priest. The miller thought he had truly seen the devil and was terrified. Meanwhile, the little peasant left in the morning with the 300 thalers. Back home, he built himself a fine house and became wealthy. The other villagers were jealous and asked how he got so rich. He told them he had sold his cow's hide for 300 thalers in town. The greedy villagers hurried to kill their own cows and sell the hides, but the merchants would give them only a few coins each. Angry at being tricked, they accused the little peasant of cheating them and sentenced him to death. He was put in a barrel full of holes that was to be thrown into the river. But the priest who came to give him his last rites was the same one he had seen at the mill. The peasant whispered, "I let you out of the closet, so now set me free." At that moment, a shepherd passed by with his flock. The peasant shouted, "No, I won't do it, even if everyone wants me to." The shepherd, curious, asked what he meant. The peasant explained, "They want to make me mayor if I agree to get into this barrel, but I won't do it." The shepherd, eager to be mayor, climbed into the barrel instead. The peasant shut it and drove away the shepherd's sheep. The people returned, rolled the barrel into the river, and thought the little peasant had drowned. Later that day, the little peasant came back to the village, happily driving the shepherd's flock. The villagers were shocked and asked if he had come from under the water. He said, "Yes, I broke through the bottom of the barrel, and down there are beautiful meadows full of sheep. I brought back these lambs." The villagers asked if there were more, and he told them there were plenty. So they all rushed to the water. Seeing the reflections of clouds in the sky, which looked like sheep, they believed him. The mayor insisted on going first and jumped in, with the other following after. All of them drowned, and only the little peasant was left alive. From then on, he was rich and lived well. The end.